Hey YouTube, this Lane here. Just want to make another video. Beginner blacksmithing projects. But before I show you what I made and tell you about that stuff, I want to show you this blower I got here. This is a Champion 400. It's pretty cool because my last name's Champion as well. Doing a little research on this. This is the blower to have. This was given to me. The reason I'm showing it to you, if you will let people know that you're into blacksmithing and you're trying to learn this, you'd be surprised at what people have got tucked away in their sheds and barns. This belonged to my father-in-law's grandfather, and it appears to be in pretty good shape. It's not seized up. The legs have got a little bit of rust on it, but you know, that's to be expected. So I'm going to use that to power my coal forge when I build one, which will be, you know, maybe in the summer. Also, somebody else heard I was blacksmithing and said, hey, I've got a bunch of fire bricks, would you like them? Yes, I would. So I'm showing you this stuff, just, you know, put your hobby out there and let people know that you're interested in this. This could have wound up in the scrapyard, and I'm going to tell you, this is a gem right here. I was happy to get it. But moving over here, it's Christmas time. And I made a pretty bold statement early this year that I was going to make the majority of our Christmas presents, especially for my immediate family. Just wanted to share this with you. Nothing on here that I'm going to show you is too hard to at least try. This is we call them flips in Alabama, but you may call it a slingshot. Made that out of a railroad spike. Split it by hand, you know, traditional method. Drew each side out a little bit. I'm going to tell you, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. I've got some leather. I'm going to go over that black string right there and try to tidy that up and make it look a little nicer. Leather bootlace. But my dad, he's going to get a kick out of that. He's 70 years old, and he likes blacksmithing. He doesn't do it, but he likes it, and he likes stuff like this, so I think, you know, that's probably better than anything I could have bought him. Now, my father-in-law, on the other hand, plays a lot of bluegrass music. So I made him this coat hook, which is a treble clef for you people that are into music. I'm not, but some of you are. With a matching back scratcher. The reason I made the back scratcher is I was at his shop that day. He gave me that blower, and he was complaining because his back scratcher was broke. I thought, well, you know what? I just make a little gift set. And that's not too hard. It was harder. I thought it was harder than it would be, but I made several of those treble hook coat hooks, and it wasn't too bad. So next on the list was my son's first grade teacher. And we made a jig to make that heart. Made a little coat hook for her classroom. And, you know, he helped with that quite a bit. You know, as much as a 6-year-old can. But it has exposed him to blacksmithing. It's handmade. And, you know, it's pretty neat stuff. I made this knife. And it's made out of a spike. And I did this one a little bit different. The shape of the blade is different than I've normally done. But I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the handle, I started bluing it from the back of it and then stopped, so you've got a dark blue, a really rich blue in the middle, and kind of a gold tint. And then I sealed it. So that was another Christmas present. Now, I'm not going to tell you that the knife is a beginner project. I kind of think it is. You know, if you can hammer and run a grinder and have got an eye for it, it's not hard. And people really get a kick out of the stand that I made, which it's not my idea. I found it online. So if you make a knife like this, a lot of times people just want to display them because obviously you're not going to hunt with it or carry it for protection, but it's a great conversation piece. Moving on to my mom and my sister, I made these bird feeder holders, hangers, whatever you want to call it. But Both of these are really similar. They're not really wide enough for a hanging plant. Part of the reason is I used a brake shoe, or I'm sorry, a rotor. I used a brake rotor to form that curve. I guess you could say I fullered that and then drilled my holes. It'd been nice if I had punched the holes. And then down here on the bottom, just to have a decorative way to end it, I tied that in a knot. If anything that I've showed you so far that's maybe really not beginner, would be that knot, because it took me a little bit to figure that out. But it wasn't hard. I figured it out. I know you can. So I'm showing you this stuff because I searched for a lot of videos, beginner projects, and there just wasn't many out there. So hopefully this will get some people jazzed up about wanting to make a few things, which I've still got to finish these. I'll probably put a little heat on it and seal it with some kind of wax and keep it kind of natural. I don't like to paint stuff if I don't have to. But those are ideal for putting on the privacy fence and hanging bird feeders, hummingbird feeders, that sort of thing. So that's just an overview, and I'm going to tell you, I'm tickled about the knots because it's a little bit weird, and you normal person don't understand how you can take a hammer, an anvil, and some fire and tie a piece of steel into a knot. But that's what that is. So there you go. Spike knife, couple of coat hooks. Everybody's on a budget nowadays. I've probably got $10 worth of material and all this. The spikes were free. These are 1/4 inch rod, and that's 3/8 inch. So hey, for $10, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people bought for. It just takes a little time, and you got to want to do it. But anyway, hope you guys have a good Christmas. Maybe this'll help out with some ideas for y'all. Take care. Bye.